Welcome. How is everybody today? It's good to see you. Excuse my voice. Definitely trying to get back into the swing of things. I do not have my wonderful Christine today that usually takes care of just about every single question that we have, and she helps keep up with all of the comments. So please bear with me this evening. I promise you I'm doing the best that I can possibly do. Um, I just posted the link if you guys want to join me live. Let me see. Kristen, hello. Hello, Miss Lori. How are you guys? Great of you to come. Super excited. It has been just an amazing month. Really fantastic. I know I was sick, but I mean, it's just been a fantastic month. Really, really busy. So I apologize that I haven't really been able to keep up my commitments with coming on as frequently as I know y'all want me to. I'm getting tons of emails requesting it. So I appreciate your love, your support. I promise I am doing the best that I can to continue the podcast. Let's see what Kristen says. I'm good. Let's see. I'm excited to be here. How are you? I am doing great. I am actually doing really, really fabulous. Thanks so much. Uh, we had the eclipse. We've had tons of a lot of different astrological activity going on. And I know it's thrown quite a few people for a loop. And I don't know about you guys, but a lot of my clients, what I've been hearing is they feel like they've reached over the hump, that there was this stagnancy, misplacement, feeling like they're just not moving forward, not moving back, just kind of stagnant. And they feel like that has left, and almost they feel lighter, a little bit freer, if you will. So I hope that that has spilled over into, all my viewers as well. Um, Definitely moving into the holiday season. So chaos is bound to ensue. Hopefully, you guys are ahead of the game and you're not going to base every decision this holiday off of finances. Your love is plenty. There is no price tag on that. I hope you guys can keep that in mind this holiday season, because I think that's what stresses a lot of people out. You know, how is that going to appear if I don't put a price tag big enough on something? Don't let that rule you. Let this year be the year that you throw that logic and idea in the garbage and you really just give your love, support, friendship. It's more than enough. Um, Hello, Michelle. How are you, love? So I'm just going to jump right into it. And if anybody has any questions that they may have, please feel free to put them in the comments or join me live. And again, I posted the link that you can join me live in studio. Feel free. I'm super happy to have you. So again, I'm sorry about my voice. I hope it doesn't sound too horrible. Oh, let's see. What do we have? So I'll give you a moment to put your questions up here. I've been seeing a lot of people actually recently that, again, it's almost like that breath of rejuvenation that people are feeling right now after the eclipse. And they're going through their homes and they're throwing things out, organizing. That's a big one. And they're I have classes that are up, and a lot of classes are already booked. I think people are just, they're tired of waiting and they're ready to make a movement. They're ready to do, they're ready to be. Instead of talking about it or wanting it or wishing it, they're actively doing it. So that's really fantastic. Let's see. Is my daughter traveling down a bad path? Is she ever going to get through this and straighten out? Can you put her first name for me? I know that's kind of weird, but I work off of names really well, and it just gives me a focal point that I can focus my intention on. So if you can just put her first name, not her whole name, just her first name in the comments. Kenzie. Okay. First off, I feel that she's really strong-headed. I feel that it's not that she's rude. I think she is just really trying to pave her own way. I also feel like when she gets something in her mind, man, she just runs with it. And it's so hard to talk her out of it once her mind is made up. Now, if you get her, where she's in that stage of where she's not really sure, you can definitely talk to her. But once her mind is made up, forget it. So, in my opinion, there is no right or wrong. I think every single thing that people do, it is either going to make them blossom and grow at that current moment, or it will be a lesson that they can learn from, and they can use that information to make different choices at a different time when it comes up. So I don't see things that are as good or bad or negative or positive. I think that her current choices are giving her a lot of material to work with at a later time. I think she's going through some lessons, and a lot of it is actually self-love and confidence and knowing that she's worthy. Boy, that's a big word that I just heard. So worthy is what I'm hearing. So I hope that helped answer that question. I don't know if there was something very specific that you wanted to ask, but I hope that was helpful. And again, if you want to pinpoint on something, just direct me to that, and I'd be happy to elaborate. And that's the thing with the comments too. You gotta kind of wait for them to pop up so you can answer them. So I apologize to my viewers if you're currently watching and you're wondering why I'm being quiet. I'm just waiting for a response to see how that was. Okay, let's see. She's been in and out of trouble with the law. Yeah, so for me, again, like I said, a lot of material for her to work with in the future. But I don't see that as, good or bad or right or wrong. I want to say like in 2 years, things are going to shift. But it's really about, I have to go back to that, worthiness for her. There's a lot of, and I'm sorry, I know we're on a public forum, so I don't want to like spill too much information that really it's nobody's business. But I feel like she has a lot of guilt and shame, which is making her question her own self-worth. And every time she makes these perceived mistakes, it's just adding to that. And again, she's so strong-willed and so hard-headed, and that can seem very frustrating to a parent. but it's actually a really brilliant skill as an adult because she won't be wishy-washy. So I know you're perceiving it as, oh my God, right now, but it's a brilliant skill as an adult. There's a lot of women that we admire that are very headstrong. So it's going to be a couple of years before she kind of grows out of this. I know that's not what you want to hear, but I specifically heard 2 years. I know that's not what you want to hear, and I wish I had different information for you, but that's really what I'm getting right now. Self-confidence, self-assuredness, self-love. And really, if she could just talk about her emotions, that would be fantastic. It would be really fantastic. But she's not there yet. And I really feel like if you pushed her, it would not benefit her at all. She has to want it. You can't force her. Like, you can lay it out for her, but that if she doesn't want it, it's of no value to her. So I hope that that was helpful, and I'm sorry. I know this isn't what you want to hear, but she'll be okay. She'll be okay. Just keep telling yourself that, because I can feel your anxiety, and I'm a mama of 5, so I totally get where you're coming from. And it is really hard as a parent because you're watching the train wreck, right? And you're going, but I know if you do X, Y, and Z, it will be so much easier and better for you. But the problem is, it's not our life, it's theirs. You have to trust that you gave her all of the knowledge and all of the skills and all of the love. And really, your job right now is to just be there and support her through these perceived, remember, they're perceived mistakes, because there's no good or bad or right or wrong. She's going to learn from this, and this is going to help her. Man, it's way better for her to do this at 13 than when she's 21, than she's 25. She's messing up now to you. It's perceived mistake. That's okay. Just be there, support her. She really, really needs that. And she needs to have a safe space that she actually wants to open up to, that she feels comfortable, that they are going to be her confidant and not her critic. So important for her. And again, I think why I'm being careful with my words, but I hope that that was helpful for you. And thank you for the opportunity to give you that information. Again, sorry about my voice, guys. Let me go back. I know I had okay, she put, I understand. And very true. You're so welcome. Very much. Thank you for the opportunity. So I'd like to know if there are any messages from my grandma Ethel at this time, or from any more. Grandma Ethel. I have a Michael here. And I know you're asking for Ethel, but as soon as I went to go look to see who was here, I feel like Michael would like to speak to you. So can I have you hold on for 1 second, Penny? Because I have Kristen that's in the waiting room, and I don't want to make her wait too long. Hold on for just 1 second. And hopefully Ethel will show up for us.
Hey.
Hello, Kristen, how are you, love?
Good. How are you?
Very well. Can you hear me okay? I'm worried about my voice.
Oh, no, I can hear you fine. That's good. I just wanted to let you know that the last time we talked, you said that I was going to get a job right around the...
Oh, She froze. Are you there, love?
Hello?
Oh, there she is.
Hey, yeah, I just want to thank you because last time we talked, you said I was going to get a job or a job offer right around the 13th. And I went to a job interview Thursday and they gave me the job right there and then. And I started yesterday.
That is so fantastic.
Yeah. So I'm so excited
for you. Thank you for telling me too. I love
I wanted to come on and personally thank you. So it definitely validates everything and I'm making more and everything like that. So
good. I'm really happy for you.
Yeah.
I feel like, and I don't know if I said this to you before, but I feel like this is a really good move for you, like mentally. It's a good move.
Is. And like the company that I'm working for now is a really good company to work for. It's family business that started and now they're up to like 3,500 employees. So so I'm really excited for this position.
Good. Thank you so much for letting me know. I love hearing from you guys. Thank you.
So I just wanted to jump in and say thank you and I appreciate it. And if there's like anything else, like would I be able to move up through, I guess, with this company?
Yeah, definitely. Two different like they're showing me 2 stairs. So that's like 2 different positions that you have the opportunity of going up to. I want to say in 11 months, you're going to have an opportunity. I know that's really weird because it's not a year, but you know, I can only give you what I got. 11 months.
Okay.
There's going to be an opportunity. I think you're going to take it too.
Okay.
It's not like it's this ginormous financial increase. I feel like it's going to be about $4,000 more a year.
Okay.
I know that's not like a whole bunch of money, but it's, you know, it's still an increase.
Yes. So well, that's great. I'm really excited for this position too. So
good. I think there's something. I think I don't know if you're going to have like a review or there's something coming up in May that they're going to do with you.
Okay.
It's something like a review or something. I don't know, but it's an opportunity at that time where it's almost like you're being recognized and they give you a small pay increase.
Okay.
Again, not ginormous. Right. But it's something. And that I feel happens in May.
Okay. So I'll keep an eye out for that then.
Yeah. But I think this is good for you. I think it's good for your mental health, your family.
I can feel it because everybody so far that I've met have been really nice and really like, if you get it, you get it. If not, you know, don't worry about it because it's going to, we don't expect you to do it like overnight. So take time, do what you need to do. And
I feel like this is going to be like, you're going to get so much into the groove of this.
Right. Yeah.
Like, it's going to be something that's really easy for you to do. And you're not going to be bored doing it, which is important for you.
Yeah. Because I'm very bored. And I feel like that's what I was at my last company. But this one, I feel like today I actually stayed later to finish doing other things that I was taught the last year just to catch up a little bit. And even the girl that's training me said, and she goes, I'm really proud of you. You know, the last 2 days, you know, you've been really showing me like you've been really doing really well and catching up. And she goes, and you don't have that much to catch up on. And she goes, and that's really good that you're catching up on or picking up on stuff really fast. So I'm excited.
I think you're going to do really, really good. And I've heard this like 3 times where they're saying she's spot on. I don't know what that is in reference to.
Okay.
Usually when I'm told something and I don't know what that's in reference to, I just relay it to the client. So, but that could just be what colleagues are saying in regards to your performance. But you know, that any way you spin it, that's a pretty good phrase. She's spot on. So
I'm excited. So I definitely appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for relaying that to me. I love hearing it.
Yeah, not a problem. I figured I would jump on and let you know instead of texting, you know, through the message.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate it. So I definitely, thanks for the opportunity. And I absolutely wish you a lot of blessings in your new endeavor.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. Bye-bye. All right. I love hearing that. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to go back to Miss Penny because she was so kind. Um, Ethel. Oh, Penny, I wish you would come in live for me. Um, I do have her here. Um, I'm getting a lot of chest pressure, like heart, lungs, upper respiratory, even some esophageal. She's impressing upon me that those were some issues that she had, also stomach. I think there was a bunch of different little things that were going on at the end of her time here. Okay. So let's see what she has to say. Thank you. Okay. So, right off the bat, she wants to acknowledge that you are trying to correct or fix your stress. That you are actively trying to find ways to alleviate it. First step is admitting. She's saying the first step is admitting it. And I think you just saying, yeah, I'm stressed is really what she's saying. I guess at one point in time, you just chalked it up to everyday life. And now you're recognizing that um, that isn't quite the norm. You don't have to accept that. Um, she's saying moving in a new direction. There's a whole, okay. I could go on and on and on. So let me see if this resonates with you. If you want to give me a comment so I can make sure this is resonating with you. And okay, let's see. What does she say? Yes, it's all of the things are right. What you're saying. Okay, good. It just makes it a little challenging when I'm doing it over, when we're commenting back and forth. So I just want to make sure that it's sitting with you well. She is saying that you're moving in a new direction. She's also talking about I want to say this is almost like you wanting to start completely over, like almost like you want to scrap everything and start from scratch. like a do-over. That's the best way I can explain it. But she keeps impressing upon me that it is so important for you to just focus on peace right now. Um, because the stress is really getting to you. And I think it's adding to some health concerns as well. Not like major stuff. It's I don't want to make it sound like something huge, but it is adding to undue pressures to your nervous system and your body, and you're starting to exhibit some physical results from having chronic stress. Just so we're clear, it's not like stress here and there, but it's like stress that has been going on for a long period of time. um, and quite honestly, I just feel like you kind of chalked it up to this is life, you know? This is life. This is just how things are. Let's see, what does she say? That might be because of work. And yes, I'm having health things going on. Okay. She's really talking about how important it is. Um, and I feel like you don't really have an outlet as well, very similar to the wonderful lady before you when I was discussing about her beautiful daughter. I feel like it's very similar to you where you don't really have that outlet um, to kind of vent, deflate, let it go, and move on. Um, and I think that's really just due to your upbringing. Don't complain about your life. Everybody has problems, kind of thing. And that's not a horrible thing. It's not horrible to want to just vent and get it out and move on. I feel like that would be very beneficial for you, actually. Um, Even if you find, a group, there's so many groups on social media. Um, let's see, what did she just say? Yes, that is the way it was. Yeah, there's so many groups, honestly, Penny, that's on social media that you could be completely anonymous, and you could say your name is Feather, you know and you could have an entire network of individuals who are just like you, who would love to have the opportunity to have a safe space to just vent. You could be there for them. They could be there for you. There's so many. I really encourage you to reach out. Don't be afraid to. I think there's, especially in this particular generation, in your generation, where it's, don't complain about anything. Be lucky for what you have. And this is completely natural and completely normal. And you're not supposed to have emotions because they were never recognized when you were growing up. And that's just not true, And I know that you're aware of that and you know that. Um, but you got to find some way to release it out of your body because it's just building and building and building. And in my particular belief structure, that when we finally have a physical ailment, that is something that has been going on for an exponential period of time before it shows up physically. And it's your body's last resort to say, pay attention. This is so important that you get rid of. Um, but I really feel like that's her most predominant message, is just alleviating the stress. mean, I know it sounds very cliche, but I always repeat everything that I'm hearing as well because I don't want to do a disservice to the spirit that I'm communicating with. But she is definitely around you. Um, she also says she's quite busy. Um, she's there if you want to talk to her. She's always there. But I feel it's almost like she's trying to give you a little heads up that, the universe is going to find ways of removing stressors out of your life if you cannot release them. So keep that in mind. Um, and that's, I'm not a gloom and doom kind of person. I don't believe in doing readings like that. Um, but I feel like she's just trying to really get that across how important it is for your mental health, for your physical health. And you're a tough cookie. I know you are, but this is something that you need to focus on. If somebody comes to you with, they have this problem or that problem or this thing, you're excellent in helping them. But you're doing it and forgetting about that you also need that same help. Um, so make sure that you put yourself in that equation, that you also make sure that you have that safe space. I don't care where you go to find it, but get it for sure. I hope that was helpful. Yes, thank you. So I hope that was helpful. Thank you for the opportunity to read for you. Okay. Let's see. What do we have? Miss Katie. Hello. How are you, love? Okay. Just wanted to know about my living situation. In a complicated situation where I might be evicted and stress and anxiety kicking into the max, if everything will go well. Okay, so what I will do before I forget, I'm going to be back in 30 seconds so we can have a word from our sponsors. And then Miss Katie, I will definitely answer that question for you. If you can just give me 30 seconds, I'll be right back. I'll tell you what, I feel like I'm lost without Christine. So thank you guys for being patient. I'll see you in 30. Thank you. Thank you for being so patient too, Miss Katie. Okay. Let's see. I do feel, okay, again, we're on a public forum, so I don't want to, you know, divulge too much, but I feel like you knew that this was going to happen. The eviction was going to happen. Um, you had an inkling that that was going to happen. Um, yeah, I can feel that. Uh, I feel like the next 6 weeks are going to be crucial for you. Um, a lot of shifts are coming in, and I know when this happens, most we're human, right? So when this happens, the first thing you do is go, "Why me, God? Why is this happening to me?" It's happening because you need it to happen in order to shift the energy where you're at. Your vibration has changed. So you have to change the things around you that are no longer in alignment with you. And that does mean homes, people, places, jobs, relationships. Nothing is off limits if it's not meeting you at your vibration, it's not serving you. So you could look at this as I am lacking, I am without, but you would be wrong. And I say that with the utmost confidence when I say this. And I know it feels very unsure, but I promise you that everything is falling into the exact space where it needs to be for your next step in your path. The next 6 weeks are going to be really challenging because there's a lot of, again, um, your safety and security is really being challenged. But more than that, I think your faith is going to be challenged. And this is the perfect opportunity for you to say, you know what? I trust the universe. I've made it this far. I know the universe isn't going to let me down. The universe, God, the big kahuna, whoever that may be for you, have faith and allow the universe to set you up successfully. Sometimes we're fighting so hard to hold on to things that aren't serving us. And if we would just step back and release it, better things will come into alignment for us. Things that we never even imagined. Uh, you know, when I went and started teaching shamanism, you couldn't have told me 15 years ago, you would have never told me that I was going to be teaching shamanism. There was no way. I wouldn't have believed you. And through, just the series of really weird events that had happened, I ended up walking away from a very great, financially stable job. And I said, I cannot do this. This is not serving me. This is not right for me. And I didn't know what my next step was. If I would have hung on to that job, because trust me, it was getting really uncomfortable. Every day was more and more uncomfortable. And if I wouldn't have stepped away, the universe would have just yanked it anyways. That was my way of saying I'm going with the flow. And it's been nothing but beautiful and beneficial for me. It was an excellent opportunity. And if I, have the opportunity to step back and just let the universe kind of guide where I'm supposed to go, that's in alignment, things go much smoother. And I know that that is really hard to hear, especially when you feel so challenged with your safety and security. But you're going to be okay. You really are. You're going to be okay. 6 weeks, lots of shifts, lots of changes, a lot of energy struggles through that. I really hope that you take this to heart and you do tell the universe, tell your God, whatever that looks like to you, that I hear what you're saying. This isn't serving me. I'm letting it go. I'm ready for that next step. Don't wait for things to fall out of the sky. Make that movement, make that first step. You know, okay, here, this is what's going to happen. What's the next thing? Where am I going next? What am I doing next? Do make those movements. I hope that that was helpful. But in short, I know I just elaborated a whole lot, but in short, yes, everything will go well. It has no choice but to go well. Okay. I hope that was helpful. Thank you for the opportunity. Okay, let's see. I'm really missing my mom, Janet. Does she have any advice for me? Lori, is her middle name Anne? She's talking about a middle name Anne. I'm sorry. I know that sounds super random, but she's talking about a middle name Anne, and I don't know if that's hers or yours, but she's talking about a middle name. Yes, good. Okay. Her middle name is Anne. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So the last 3 years is what she's saying. Last 3 years have been challenging. Like lots of ups and downs, a lot of headaches. And a lot of changes. She's really going on about the headaches. Let's see. What is she saying here? Yes. Okay. Okay. Oh, both of yours is and that's what the "so is mine" mean. Okay. Yeah, because I couldn't figure out, was this her middle name or your middle name? So that makes sense that it was both. Okay, good, good. Yeah, she's talking about these 3 years. These last 3 years have been very challenging, a lot of ups and downs, but she is really talking about the headaches. Have you had an increase in headaches or cranial pressure, things of that nature? Let's see, what does she say? Yes, my siblings are my heartache. Okay. Okay. Wow. Wow. So you have oh, if you were here, I would hug you. You have an enormous amount of love and patience, um, but you also get really pissed deeply, and are affected very deeply. Um, I don't think that you allow that to show, but that's truly how you feel. Um, it's almost like you're pushed to the side, like I don't know what this is. It's like you're being pushed to the side. Um, like nobody's really listening to what you say or the advice that you have to give. What is she saying? Not really, just tired. I don't know what that's in. Oh, the headaches. Is that what you're referencing? Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if you're trying to relay information or talk about something and people are not listening to you, but I feel like whatever you're saying is not being received and it's kind of being pushed to the side. Does that make sense to you? She's talking about being alienated as well. Alienated. Okay. Let's see. Okay, what does she say? Always the lost one because I go with the flow. You know, and honey, there's so many things I want to say. Let me see what she's saying here. Yeah, for my siblings. Okay. Oh. You really never got credit that you really deserved. I feel like, and again, we're on a public platform, so I'm not going to really dive too deeply into this, but I know you'll know what I mean when I say this. You never really received the credit for the human being that you are. You are a good person, not because of your upbringing. You are a good person in spite of your upbringing. I feel like you had many, many challenges in your life. What does this say? I give but get punished for it. Yeah. And that's what that means. Okay. You know, if you're arguing it with the wall. If I go to give advice, I have to, if somebody asks me for something and I give them advice and I walk away with no expectation. I walk away knowing that regardless of whatever choices this person chooses, it is not going to affect me and my path in life. And that's a very hard thing to learn. That doesn't just happen overnight. That's something you have to constantly remind yourself of. And especially when it comes to people that we really love, it's hard to not be invested in that outcome when we care so deeply. And you care, you love big, you love hard. And you get hurt big and you get hurt hard because of it. And I think you flip flop, between that I want to help, then you flop to the other side of why do I even bother? And the happy middle is feel free to give that advice, but also do it with the knowledge of they may not take it. And that's okay because that's part of their path. You have got it. And if this problem opportunity came to you, you would know how to approach it. They don't know. So you have to allow them the opportunity to grow through that. She's saying, yeah, that makes so much sense. We want people, we want to do whatever we can to help people, but sometimes they just don't want it. They don't. And it hurts us because we go, well, if you would just do A, B, and C, everything would be great. But they're not going to. They are absolutely not going to. And you have to step back and go, I love you anyways. I love you anyways. Don't put conditions on that love, and that's hard to do too. Regardless of what choices they make, love them anyways. And know that you have done all that you can do. And there's nothing more that you need to do. You don't have to always be there to pick up the pieces and try to glue it back together. You were not designed to try to hold everyone together or your family. That is not your intention. And you deserve peace. You deserve happiness. And I'm repeating what I'm hearing right now. You deserve peace and happiness. And the only way to get that sometimes is to cut your losses. And that doesn't mean that you hate them or that you never want to speak to them again, but it's meeting that energy with that energy. You know, if they're kind, you're kind. If they're not contacting you, you're not contacting them. It's not your job to hold everything together. And that's like the third time I've heard her say those exact words. It is not your job to hold everything together. And I don't know if you just feel, you feel that that is your role, but it's really not, honey. It's really not. And quit punishing yourself, please. You're worth so much more. So much more. I hope that that was helpful for you. And I really do hope that you listen to these words and will find if they reside with you. I'm sorry, she's saying something else. It's like you're just chasing your tail with us because it seems to be a repeated thing. I think that's what she was referring to, of the 3 years up and down and up and down. It's this repeated process. It's not your job. So I hope that that was helpful. I really do. Mom always knew what to say. Good. I'm glad. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity. I hope that this was helpful for you. And I think you're just such a wonderful soul. That's the thing. When I hear and I feel from spirit, I know the person that they're connecting to. And you really do have a wonderful heart. You have a lot of love to give. Give it to those that are ready to receive it, because it's beautiful when you can do that. It's such a beautiful feeling when it's received. Okay. Well, I had a wonderful time this evening. I want to thank everybody for showing up, for your love, your support, and Christine, my moderator, wasn't here today, and you guys were so patient with me and my voice. So thank you for being patient, and I will see you soon. Thanks so much. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.